let me tell you something. Me, I can fit anyway. When you see me here, me, there's no I can't fit. And I have managed to mobilize all these OBs because I know all of them. But I treat all of them in their, because people, and by the way, everybody is resourceful. But the only thing is challenging when you are the leaders. You have to make sure that you balance the boat. You go here, but you remain, in that mid-row, it will manage. I can tell you that the leadership of this Mbahisoba will not die, and they will do the best for this association. I have no doubt in my mind that this leadership that is going to come in will deliver even beyond our expectations. I have a conviction. I don't know whether I am bewitched, but me, I believe that these guys will do what they're supposed to do. These guys are mobilizers. They will mobilize. I have seen the names. The most important thing is us support them and love them as our own people, and we respond to them whenever they want something. Let me say something. For me, I told you, I stand for Mbarai School. Even if you do what, I will say Mbarai School. And this is it. Even when the results are bad, I am a Mbarai School boy. I'm not going to put another badge. I will die with Mbarai School. So even if they say that this one is the chairman, I will go with that chairman. When they say mobilization, my money will be the first to come. If you say we are building a Chimota now, I will be there. My money will be coming. I will support whoever takes over because I was supported. Otherwise, if OBs never supported me, I would be finished. I would be having no speech to give. Where is the microphone? Where is talking? Where is, do we finish it? We close it. We just go to have a look at the things and then we come back because we want to finish this thing early. But you people, OBs, thank you so much for speaking. By the way, let me say something. This is what we call Mbara High School spirit. I had issues with Apollo here. I said, Apollo really? This one. But yesterday, if you saw the happiness I had with him, you can't believe. This man is the brightest man for biology, that guy you are saying there. But there was a small problem, we sorted it out. Do you know, in the history of Mbarai, we have an A in biology now. So there's a doctor coming, this guy. And our work now is to support him to produce for us more biologists. To take over science here. And me, I was happy. You can imagine a result man, Apollo. It can cause friendship forever. So I want to thank you really. And last night when I was leaving here, I slept dreaming about you. I saw biology coming. I said, God help Apollo. But that time was connected with Apollo. But now you see, the man produced a man in biology. Me, Dr. Betex, to see a doctor coming being produced by Apollo. Do you know, if you produce over 40 doctors, you know what I'm going to do? I took pocket money to my vice chancellor Kayanja here, to that place. Because some of us, sometimes we are loaded, we can go there. Sometimes we give good things and the teachers are happy. Mrs. Cheja told me to tell all of you that she detected that the husband was a headmaster of Mbarai School when she lost her husband. The woman told me to convey her love to you. Remember Cheja had taught in Kako? Cheja had taught where? When the OBs, when we went there, I told you. I said the old boys of Mbarai School, then they say I should speak on behalf. I told her that the OBs of Mbarai School have sent you 7 million to buy 2 cows to drink milk from so that you don't die of calcium, of issues. You need milk. The woman, now what I have done is, she's aging, I get for her supplements from Egypt. Yes, and when I give them, she looks young. So she says that Mbarai School has kept her what? Younger, regardless of her having lost a husband. And I don't charge her any money. And I want to thank you, Ham. She had Matoke because she's alone. She said, Doctor, help me and talk to Ham. Can I supply Matoke to Mbarai School? And I get some small money to buy myself Vaseline. I came to Ham, I said, Ham, our headmaster's wife, who is now a widow, alone in the house, because her 2 children in Kampala, she's at home alone. Ham said, you supply. She told me also to thank you for giving her that opportunity to sell the mantoke to the children, and she got some Vaseline, man. She looks younger. And she has the best man. And I hear about it. So you can imagine what's happening, you know. So Mbarai school, it has a spirit. With those few remarks, look at your time. We are going to come back specifically to do the voting and receiving. Colleagues, we are going to have a look at the projects which we have done in a short time. When we finish, when we come back, we shall go into elections. When we finish, we shall get now the handover. And after that, we shall hand over the whole thing to the man other than the anointed. Do I leave these bags here? Our bag is safe. And again, our bag is safe.
The bag is safe. Yeah, the people will kind of.
Go with your phones. Some music interlude.
Also to add on that, 38 people have already voted online. 38, yes. From what his colleague has shared with me, we're able to identify the names of those who have already voted by both the email address and the name. So that implies, yes, it has ended. Yes, and out of the list that I shared that had 184 members, only 38 were able to come through and vote. Because I think they agreed online, it should take a maximum of 30 minutes. So once that was done, they had to close it off. So here still, I'm able to see those that have voted. So we'll be categorical on who receives the ballot paper again. So, thank you. Yeah. Those who have already voted and they are here, you can simplify it just and to declare yourself so that you don't lose. Thank you very much. You have to okay, I was reading the name, I did not know. Agm. Then those who are here and they you have also voted. Then those who are here but they are not on the list.
Yeah, the OBs, they must be eligible to vote, and the criteria is well known. So their presence notwithstanding, if they are not on the list, or if they are not on the new list that probably came when the list was made, but they had qualified. They qualified, but their names appear late. That one can be, it's okay. But if they actually still don't meet the criteria as of this voting time, their presence. Hey, okay, thanks.
And remember, I am a canon, and I want to bring unfair election. Now, after voting, separate, you can bring it to our brother here. Just
Then we shall. Me.
The one who is receiving the votes.
You think
You are independent.
Larissa?
I wanted to tell us you have the relationship with your company.
So you are eligible.
I'm very eligible. I'm taking.
So you are there.
One second.
171. You can even tell us your number if you are sure of it.
Mano basta kuibanka kabende kwenye na yetera ba. Sasa mtayari.
Are you are there? Nicholas. Yes. Reply Dr. 154.
Itakumanya vote iwe. Itakumanya na namba yani. No muntu kumanya vote namba yani.
Then this is one position done.
Yeah, I think this is the only one.
The other ones are all opposed.
And this is still a virtual one.
This is the still evaluation. We shall discuss.
You know what? Swear again and again.
I'm going to put, I have the right to fight it.
No, we had to check to make sure his name is here.
Members, we are about to start the counting and we are about to close. And once we close, we are going to start the counting. So when James is done, we are going to start the counting. James, the thing is secret. I don't consult. Naka. Abesimbere tumwine ba agency. Okay, we are going to start now. We are going to be opening and we show. And once you agree that it is valid, then our friend is going to tally. Now, this is Kasasra Abraham, and the tick is in the box. You all agree that this one is valid. Kanshave Dr. Karisa Twatro. No baratari ananga. This is Mukara's Deus. And you have seen how it is valid. So the tally is 1-1. We need like 2 people. One for you act for you are acting for who? Kasasra. Then the other one is Deus. This is Kasasra Abraham. I think you have agreed that is correct, valid. Kasasra Abraham. Mukara's Deus. Mukara's Deus. Mwendo kuyambaho. Okay. Mukara's Deus. Kasasra Abraham. Mukara's Deus. Kasasra Abraham. There is Robert. Robert has not yet got any. So for you, Masco, you are in for Robert. Kasasra Abraham. Then Mukara's Deus. Now we are going to count physically. This is Kasasra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it what you have? Okay. For Mukaras, 1, put on the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then still 6. Then engineer Robert Kate Sime 0. Now we are going to, this is the physical. The online, I already have for the online. Now I'm going to declare. We had said we don't declare, we told them not to release for the online. Now I'm going to give you for the online. Then we add, and the winner will take it. So let me check on the commission for online. Eh. Online. Online. Waburi. So I'm trying to get for the online. When you get it first, you give it to me. But yeah, online, 38 out of 113. I'm reading what was given to me. Mukaras Deus, 27. Engineer Robert K. Sime, 11. Abraham Kasasra, 0. So now you add the totals. Mukaras 33, Kasasra 6, Engineer Robert Sime 11. So that those are the results. So now I don't. Do I say by the virtue or? Now we agree that is now online and physical. So by the virtue of the position entrusted to me as the powers, sorry. Eh, by the virtue of the powers entrusted to me as the chairperson or the acting EC, I declare Mukaras Deus as the winner with 33 votes. For God and my country and also Mugumena Mani. Did I, okay. Full lineup. So, do you have that full lineup? Okay. We are going to have the full lineup, and I'm going to request my general secretary to give us that full lineup as we go into the process of swearing in.
Members, for now, the full lineup. Remember, the only contested position was for that of the vice chairman that attracted 3 candidates in the race. So, as the full lineup is now, we have for the chairman, we have Mr. Godibatu Mushabe. For the position of the vice chairman, Mr. Mukalas Deus. For the position of general secretary, myself, Nicholas Triyahabwe. For the position of publicity secretary, Mr. Ezra Mugume, who was also unopposed. Yes, that's the full lineup. The other remaining 5 positions are for cohort representatives. And then the treasurer, who had skipped my mind, is Mr. Jacob Kabugumira. He sent in his apologies earlier that he wouldn't be making it. So that's the full lineup as of now. Jacob Kabugumira. Yes. So field, there are 5 positions, and field 5. The cohort representatives. Let me check them out for you. We outlined them. I'm checking them out. So for the vacant positions, the cohorts, we have 60 to 80 cohort. Then the 80 to 90 cohort. Yes. Then 60 to 80 cohort. Yes. Then, okay, 81 to 90. Then 91 to 2000. Then 2001 to 2010. Then 2011 to 2020, or to date. We hadn't created that position. Yes. 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 Yeah. Yes. So those are the vacant positions.
Our old boy Arthur is going to print the oath, and within a few minutes when he brings it, people will swear in. Now we can have any other business as he brings the oath. Thank you. Yes? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Before you swear. So, and that's why I said any other business. Ati chairman akazindaro kambe nkagarurire as I wait for the oath.
You know, so I want to thank the Electoral Commission for this wonderful job done. Point number 2, I want to congratulate this man here, Godiba, and the team that has actually come in. And General Makaras, I want to thank you for putting up a spirited show. But I want to thank Kasasra and FIME for also. It means that by the time you see, when you are standing and you see people coming up, which means your job is juicy. It has attracted, it is the only position that has attracted candidates, which means there is a message in that attraction. These are the places too juicy, but you can see the stakeholders are very interested in the vice chairmanship, meaning they are trying to make sure that when the chairman leaves, they come there. So you have to work hard. And let me tell you something. You have also seen in this thing that in politics, man, everybody has got a following. Mukaras has. That man has. Because don't think that whoever has not voted, you could be having, you can, if you had opened it for about 1 day or 2 days, it possibly maybe the thing would have changed. You see, so don't say after all. They speak very bad English. Instead of saying after all, they say after all. So to me, I think it means people still believe in you, and people have a lot of hope in the Godiba team. People believe in you, by the way. Don't underrate yourself. The only thing now you need to do is you have now to reposition, because now you are no longer the other Godiba, you are now the chairman. so this seat is very hot, and we want to thank all of you really. But as for Reverend Kabachenga, thank you so much for accepting to be our EC chairperson. Plus even Nicholas and everybody that has taken keen interest in this election. Let me tell you something. To be a leader of an association of more than 2,000 people in this country, it means that the political wing or the political wings of the country will be looking up to you. Because they know your word, it makes. So they say, this guy is chairperson of the old boys of Mbarai school. Then they start now profiling all of them. Which means this is their chairman, okay. So every word he says, they will say, maybe he's going to convince other fellows to go against these things. They put on fire. So now you are going to make sure that you work, you use your own emotional intelligence to manage the politics around your offices. And there are some things that I want to tell you never to do. Number one, never be a chairperson of Mereiro High School Girls Association and you abuse Bishop Lambert. You will get a problem with Catholics. I want to tell you these things, you hear me? Two, never be a teacher in a Mbarai school and you go and you abuse him because he can cause a transfer through crying. Just, I'm Mbahisoba. When you are a teacher, no. Those chikundus, mine is this one. The Amis chikundus are for the rich. Me, I know mine here now. So if you're a teacher and you say you abuse harm from morning up to evening, tomorrow you're abusing harm. The other day you're abusing harm. You will start losing supporters. And you can end up, even the ministry will get interested in you. They can easily transfer you, by the way, to another school where you can create some harm. And when you go there and they also go against, they can also remove. So they say now Professor Bozo yesterday told us that now these days the transfers are very funny. They transfer you to places where you cannot come back to start causing chaos. So those things are very important. Even here, you can be doing something and you see a bishop making a funny mistake. You be like Kabachenga. You just keep quiet and die painfully there, or you meet him, but even when you are telling him, you talk to him using your own emotional intelligence so that you don't touch his ego. Because people with power, they are dangerous. They can cause a problem. Because when a bishop cries, the president gets affected that they have attacked the bishop. And the president also wants a marriage there. He says, I am saving the bishop from this man. You see him doing some funny things you don't understand. These things are very important. Whenever you go, for us who are in politics, if you visit anybody's constituency, please don't say anything bad against him. Like Mbatekama, when he was telling Kachebe that he wants to come to start. If Mbatekama leaves to come to, they will skin him. Because they will say this man is coming to do vengeance. They will hammer him. And I said, Mbatekama, you have a constituency there. You remain there in the bush. Leave Mbararoni. If he's to come here as a candidate, you will see what I'm talking about. They will finish him off. Bushenyi can manage, but this town here, which I was an MP for, it is very deadly. It can be unreliable. Hey, no, I finished them. I finished them, they also finished me. But this thing is happening. Even when you are fighting, there is somebody who can lose. I had also eaten them before. So we scratched each other. In other words, when we are moving, when I said, do you remember me? Yes. What about you? I say, I remember you. And that's how we have lived, but we don't fight. Yes, and we continued. Me, I'm not offering myself again, but I will vote for my candidate also. So the one who was disturbing me will come to me to ask for a vote. No, I don't want his vote because I'm not standing. So you can use that information the way you want. Lastly, but not least, the Bible has come. Has the oath come? The oath has come. But it's taking long. No, I'm finishing communication. We are finished. Swearing in ceremony? No, we are not talking. We want to go to the chairman is I don't want I don't want anybody to. I want these fellas to be happy. No, yes, these are the last minutes I have to die. Faraha chintu. Kokunya kawanga kuungaruza ntora kai. I am the chairman. Anyway, was that Apollo Bagunyake? Bagunyaka ndabanta hatinange. Hatuno manya waba no shale ko kamaraka. Tekufeso ne waza yakusingo gwamba. Ekintu kyanduka mu mikono. Kongo Yes. 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 Possibly what we can do, we can still use this electoral commission because the incumbents cannot even just do that. They can't carry on that election. What we do, the current electoral commission will have to continue until when you give us the people of the courts, and we want to give only 1 week. We need these people because we can't wait. We have a timeline. So we want Secretariat to culture it and know that in 1 week's time, we have our Mikutu, you have to make sure they do it that way. So Kabachenga, you are still the electoral commission chairperson of ours. And for us, because you have got a Ngoro, we believe in you that you will give us a very good election. And by the way, this thing is not rigid, it's what has happened. That's what has happened. Yes. 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 What does the Constitution say? If the General Assembly approves that these fellows can get these people after failing to get the other people, that we give in 1 week, we give mandate, that means the term of the electoral commission expires, and then the executive, they headhunt and convince people to, oh, you advertise, and then they just come in. You don't. Because they will have failed to come. But I can tell you there is no we can fail to get people to go on the things. Ways. Yes. If they say yes, you communicate to us, the Secretariat. Where are the oath? Yes. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chairman. There is something. So there is something related to the committee. I had moved a motion to allow us amend the constitution. A minute. To have a representative from the higher institutions, students, chapters to be on the committee, because in our constitution there's no provision for that, and we felt we need to strengthen the institutional chapters. If we had a representative on the committee, it would help us to mobilize and nurture these young bulls in universities and other tertiary institutions where they exist, so that by the time they get out of the system, we are already mentoring them to be members of the association. And that needs this assembly to approve so that we can amend the constitution.
You know, can I tell something? Yes, procedure. In how do you amend now this constitution? You know, amending yes, you can't. Yes. 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 Because we can't elect you immediately and you think about amending a constitution. We have told you that you don't. Because those other universities you are talking about, we have 28 universities in Uganda. You give notice. A constitution cannot be changed in our you people. When it was not an agenda. No. Mukora Z, I want to tell you that please, you are only, first of all, you have gotten only 6 votes from here, 27 from, I am the chairman. Yes. You haven't sworn in. You see, let me tell you something. This meeting we have had, we have been very good and we have been very kind, and because we are brothers and sisters, we have 184 people. We have even gone ahead to say let us make it very hybrid and people coming. Only 31 many people did what? We have agreed. Now here we are not more than what? No. He's thinking needs Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. No, these ones are looking for votes. To vote for them. Me, I'm telling you, we want to be our service. Let us focus on Marahai. Yes. Not in my regime. I want to be, but now what we are going for is swearing in of the new executive. The chairman, where are you come? Who will witness on the thing? Am I the one out to witness? Because me have left almost. Do I witness? Yes. Electoral. Yeah? It must be the electoral commission guy. Ah. I will have to swear and say something.
I think after everybody has sworn in.
You will sign and give it to us, to him. And the Bishani Bukwate. Yeah. Yes, the mic. And to see I'm doing 3 things. I'm trying to see how do you want 3 things at the same time?
I was almost succeeding. Yeah? Let me say. I, Godba Wilson Tumshawe, pledge to serve Mbara High School Old Boys Association with integrity, unity, and dedication, upholding its values and mission. So help me God.
And clap for him. Let him sign. Then I will witness later. Do we have like a music interlude when he's signing? Now we have another person, the vice chairman.
I, Mukalas Deus Mubiru, pledge to serve Mbara High School Old Boys Association with integrity, unity, and dedication, upholding its values and mission. So help me God.
Okay, another person.
I, Nicholas Triahabwe, pledge to serve by Rice School Old Boys Association with integrity, unity, and dedication, upholding its values and mission. So help me God.
I, Ezra Mugume, pledge to serve Barra High School Old Boys Association with integrity, unity, and dedication, upholding its values and mission. So help me God.
The next is handover now. Yeah, you can pray for them. There is a prayer for them because you have to go there to be prayed. These things are godly. Tukwenda ngustandikana stane tulete chizibaho. Twenda kubenga stane nebikoli mu byayo byona. Mutabwana mu bukama kandi ariho mwazaho.
So we are going into the time of the MC now. I think you can take over. Me, I'm done.
Thank you, Canon. We now have the chair, the outgoing chairperson, handing over to the incoming chairperson.
I humbly hand over the chairmanship of Mbahisoba to Comrade Kodiba to Mushabe. I have handed over a registered and certified true copy of the Constitution of Mbahisoba. I have handed over to him the number of people that we have actually mobilized, and these are eligible voters. Anything below this one, you know they have made mistakes. I have also handed over a signed copy of the speech which I have given today for his ease of reference. And I wish you very good luck, my brother.
Yes, another round of applause Congratulations, Godba. I hope you will steer us to the greater heights. Thank you. We now have now the vice chair. We must recognize your presence, General Mukarazi. Probably yours is not going to be a handover, but we officially recognize that you have maintained office. We can see Godba taking over, and we thank you. Do we have any other person to hand over? Because the rest, they have been maintained, save for those who are not on ground, probably the treasurer, and I think it will be arranged online, and they'll also be brought on board. Dear members, we have the oath of secrecy, which has been signed. Each member signed a copy, and I think they are going to be on file. Mr. Nicholas, I suppose this is your docket to be the custodian of all these documents. And we don't have to waste any more minute, to spend any more minute here. I think it's time now I invite the chairman-elect to speak to us in brief, and then we shall have, I think, a prayer. Do we need to have any other ado? A group photograph, and then the rest we shall leave at leisure. You are welcome to have a simple lunch, probably in our staff room. I thank you. May God bless you. Bwana Chairman-elect, congratulations.
I thought Dr. Wanjero was going to say point of procedure. Because I am no longer chairman-elect, I am now chairman. Yeah. Yeah. My brother, Chairman Bitex, and your team, Brother Ham, our head teacher, members of our association, and the entire alumni of the school. I'm really profoundly humbled, and I want to express my profound gratitude for your expressions of confidence and choosing me as your team leader to lead our executive committee that will steer our esteemed association over the coming 2 years. I want to accept this responsibility with humility and gratitude. Allow me also to congratulate my colleagues that have just been sworn in, that are going to be part of the executive, but also to thank my brother Abu and Tusime for putting in a good fight to be able to contest for these positions. But that shows commitment and dedication. It means that we have a pool of people that are able to offer themselves to lead, and it's not an easy job, especially when you're offering to lead as a volunteer, to be able to volunteer to lead an organization like ours. Before I just say a few points that I wanted to say, let me just maybe for some of you whom we may not have interacted a lot, I probably need to say a bit about myself. I am born in Ntungamo. I come from, to be precise, Rohama district. For the politicians that I text, they would want to know which constituency. Yeah? So I'm a voter in Rohama. I went to school at Ruhanga Primary School. It's an Adventist primary school. And then did my P7 at Nyachanga Primary School, which is a Catholic school. And I ended up in a school called Diakasinga Che. That's where I did my O-levels. Yeah. After O-level in 1986, do you know what had happened in 1986 here? That year that is always mentioned every other day. So after S4, I didn't have money to go to high school. So my parents asked me to go and study at a teacher training college that had opened up called Chiora. Yeah. But I always tell colleagues that
my colleagues and I had promised ourselves, because at Riakasinga we were the second pioneers. So in other words, you would never know whether you would pass or not, because nobody had passed. So, but we had, my colleagues and I used to promise ourselves that if we can get a combination, our destination should be the university. Yeah. So in other words, if their points, they were very, very important. They were not very important for us. For us, what was important was, have you made a combination? Yeah. By good measure, some of us happened to get very good combinations. So as my parents were telling me, you need to go to study to be a grade 3 teacher, I said, thank you very much. I know you don't have money. I have decided to stop here my studies. And actually, I always tell people, I say, if I did not manage to go further, I could be there. Probably I would be an LC1 chairman also. You never know. Yeah? But lucky enough, in 1987, my uncle who was taking care of me said, you go and look for a place to study. And my passion was always to go to Mbara High School. So I rode my bicycle from Ntungamo, came here, saw Reverend Rabon. So Reverend Rabon is the one who brought me and took me to the late Kamujisha, was the deputy. And yeah, and the late Kamujisha gave me a place. I'll share with you something which is also, because there's some of these things they need to be also told. These are stories to be told. So I had failed mathematics. So I got a 9 in mathematics. And I wanted to do hair, because in O level I wanted to be a doctor, Medad. That was my ambition. Me, by the end of S2, the whole of the entire introduction to biology by D.G. McKean was in my head. The chemistry book was called, Introduction to Chemistry by Atkinson. Yes. Huh? I was reading Atkinson at that time. Yeah. Sometimes those books, you would not get them in the other schools. So you're reading the secondary books. So I said, I wanted to do hair. Mr. Kamujisha said, no, you failed mathematics. So you can't do economics. So when I reported, I sneaked in. I said, I am going to do economics. So my combination is hair / geography. So I said, I am going to do economics until I am stopped. And colleagues, I think sometimes you know these things that we call omushinya. Yeah? Hey, I made sure that in the economics class, Patrick will bear me out. Nobody bet me in the economics class until the end. So that is omushinya. Yeah? I also became the chairman of the economics club. And I think, Patrick, you bear me out that the economics club was the best organized club in this school. We ruled this region, by the way, in terms of economics. Medad, I was the first person here to leave money on the account of a club. Yeah. So we had money. As a club, we left money. So that's part of the history. So for me, Mbara High School made me who I am. Yeah? So when I realized there was an opportunity to offer something this school, and given the things that I've been doing, I felt like this is something that I can do and make a contribution. Yeah? Because one of the things that challenged me is the fact that there are many OBs associations, but ours is still lacking. That ours is still lacking. It has been building, and that's why I want to thank my brother Medad and your team for building the foundation of this association. Because you've started from zero. These documents that Medad has handed over to us, that's the association. the organizations and institutions are built on procedures and processes. So they are the building blocks. Even if we are motivated and we're organized and we don't have the rules that govern us, then we would not be able to build what we need to build. But Medad is also you are also living a record of accomplishments. I think that one is not in doubt. Really going through the school and the visiting and the work that is being done by Ham and your team, we are very, very grateful. Yeah? Because sometimes you can go to institutions and schools, you say this one is dead. Now you can see that this is a moving vehicle. This school is a moving vehicle. The conversations we're having with Nan, you can see the wild ideas in his head. See? That's the kind of leadership really that you want to, if there's anything that we need to do to be able to support, that we can be able to support the administration, that is what they are doing. So let me join our outgoing chairman, Medad Bitecherezo, to appreciate with utmost gratitude the work being done by our headmaster, Mr. Hama Himsibwe, and your team. We are profoundly grateful for your efforts and commitment to return Mbara High School to the frontiers of excellence. As chairman, I pledge to you, brothers, that together with my executive team, we will work side by side and shoulder to shoulder to make our school move to frontiers of excellence. And I see three particular areas of excellence where we should also be at the frontiers. Academic performance. I know how Medad has been passionate about academic performance. I promise you that I will do whatever it takes to support the administration to make sure that we keep on moving up and up. Sports. I think that's another area where we can excel, and sports put schools on the map. So it is not only just a sport, but it's also one way of publicizing ourselves as a school. And then, of course, the third one is leadership and governance. That to build a strong foundation and build for the future, we have to put a strong governance and leadership in place. As I mentioned earlier when we were going through the nominations, we are committed to building on the accomplishments of the outgoing team to organize the association and our OBs so that we become a positive force for good. I shared with you four broad areas that I am hoping that we can focus on, be more purposeful, and add and build on what has been left to us by Medad and his team. One is what I called networking and collegiality. That we need to be more networked as a team. Medad and his team have built our association to 184 members. Now, it would be bad news for me, Medad, and Nicholas, and the team to come here, have a general meeting next year, and then we are reporting 184 members. Or after 2 years, we are handing over 184 members. So in other words, we are going to invest as much time and energy as possible, but also the ingenuity, because, given the things I have been involved in, sometimes it is very, very difficult to organize educated people. Yeah, it's not an easy job. The Kamuris are many. But we are going to find a way of making sure that people drop from Kamori and we can fill this hall when we do our next meetings. And I think it's doable because Medad and the team have left us a strong foundation upon which we can build. The second area is the area of collective investment. I believe in creating wealth. I believe in the power of togetherness. When I shared these points on the chat room, some of the colleagues said, no, you need to start with building the membership of the school governance and accountability and performance. School governance and accountability and performance means that we are mobilizing the resources to build the infrastructure that the head teacher was telling us about. But I increasingly have come to realize, I said, no, you need to be okay, like Method was telling us at Nyondio Mugiga. I am okay. So for you to be able to help, you need to be okay. You can't be there scratching and then you are helping. So in other words, for us, we are going to also focus on how do we organize ourselves to harness the potential that we have to be able to build ourselves, to build our school. That's going to be the formula. I'm currently running two major businesses, I would say, that I think we can learn a lot from. Rohama Real Estate Limited is a company formed by our people from Rohama. I was asked to be chairman in 2011. 5 years, we struggled, and I will tell you why, because that's what I will end with. We struggled for 5 years. When I said, I need to leave this thing because I don't like also associating with things that can't succeed. So in 2017, I said, you know what, guys, get your thing, I am going. Our members said, no, that you are the one we want. So I said, okay, let's make a deal. My problem with the team was about timekeeping. So I am very, very impatient with the time. So I can't manage things that cannot run on time. So because the members wanted me to offer the leadership, we negotiated and we agreed to change the quorum of the meetings. So the things I run, the quorum of meetings is any number of members present at the time appointed for the meeting, as long as they are more than one. So in other words, there is no reason why the head teacher should organize a meeting and sit there for 30 minutes waiting for teachers. Because all that costs money. Yeah? So, the second one is Fortune 500 Club. I've mentioned it in some other ways. This is an investment club. That Rohama Real Estate Limited, by the way, we are 79 shareholders with a stock value of over 2 billion at cost price. Fortune 500 Club we call it a wallet-friendly investment model. And as of this morning, we were 1,199 members with over 1.9 billion in investment funds. We have a financial services company. We have a real estate company. And now we are building a fintech, which probably is going to be very useful even for our association, because we're going to offer management services. The reason I'm saying this is that when you consider the fact that you are saying we are over 2,000 OBs. Yeah. Can you imagine what over 2,000 OBs would do if we come together? Yeah. We can move mountains. Yeah. We can move mountains because ultimately it has now been proven that people who are able to aggregate money, they are the ones who do big things. Each one of us, sometimes you feel you're okay. When you have your 50 million, you run and buy a plot, and you don't have money to develop it, so the money is buried there. So you really find that you are not making progress, but you are celebrating the buying of the plot. So the collective, the power of togetherness, and that we can do. And I want to encourage you. And the way we will do it is that we are not going to wait for the big numbers. That even if we are 20, you know the way we are here. If we said we start. And then we mobilize. And then others will join. Because some people like joining things that are moving. Some people, it's very difficult for them to start. So that will be our second core focus as far as the association is concerned. The third one is business networking. we want to see, we'll try to invest on how do we encourage business networking. Because many of our OBs, they are either doing businesses or they are occupying big offices. Meta had mentioned it earlier. The people of Ontari are here, they are in this office and this office. But we've also been here. So we need to be able to be deliberate on where are we placing our people. But we also need to be deliberate, who are we doing business with? Because if Bruce has a business, the man is selling hardware, and I am going to build a structure, why don't I start by looking for Bruce? Can you supply this? If he can, I get. If he doesn't, then I can go to the other part of the market. So we'll try to encourage that business networking. And then school governance, accountability, and performance. This is going to be the pillar from which we really work with the school, with the board, with the administration, to be able to do the investments we need to make as OBs. Whether they are infrastructure development, whether they are performance targets, that we'll be able to do. So those are the 4 areas where I think we will organize ourselves and be able to organize all of us and make the input. Let me conclude by talking about the silent voices alluded to by James. I call them silent voices. The first one is the chatter on WhatsApp. I really want to encourage you, friends, that there should be certain things that do not unsettle us. And WhatsApp should not be one of them. Yeah? If I was to fight people who talk about me on WhatsApp, I don't think I would have time for anything. No, I wouldn't. And Ham, I want to give you assurance. Let us bash you. Just stay in your kamori. Because you will see people, you'll see the God by throwing things there. For you, all you need to do is to learn. Why is this guy saying these things? You don't have to respond. But you see what he says could actually be useful in you thinking of how you do things differently. Yeah? Of course, I don't encourage people to abuse others. It's not good because we're also mature, we're adults. So we have to be disciplined. But I would want to encourage you and say, WhatsApp, the banter, the chanter should not disrupt anybody. Now, for the association, we are going to try and encourage people to talk more about the association on the chat room. I would even say, the ones of the clusters. That's where we should have our fights, by the way. There we can be able to say, no, I don't like Abu. You know what? There. Or we can do our politics there. But this one of the association, we need to refocus it so that it becomes our vehicle for mobilization, for sharing opportunities. I think that we can moderate it. And you see, once you are our member and you believe in this mission, I think it is not difficult to redirect our efforts. The last one is personal. It's politics. I believe, I come from a very, very serious social justice background. I am offended and hurt by injustice. Injustice against people, not me. Me, I can manage, me, I can take anything I can take. But when someone is hurt, is treated unfairly, it affects me. Yeah. So, what people normally call politics is always the struggle for social justice, for rule of law, for discipline. The one that is normally disruptive is when leaders like us become overtly partisan. So in other words, I am NRM and I want to turn everybody into NRM. That becomes a problem. I am FDC or Noop like Mukarazi. Mukarazi you can see with his red tie. Yeah? Yeah, Mukarazi comes here and we are doing our meeting and he's submitting. Why would I worry about Mukarazi being a Noop? Why? Yeah? Being a foot soldier. He's a Ugandan. He has a right to belong to a political grouping. But when we come together and say we are Mbara High School OBs, then I have to avoid the things that are overtly partisan that are going to disrupt us. But I can tell you, a group like OBs, like us, with our level of education, with our level of exposure, for us to say we are not political, that we are not going to fight injustice and speak against it, that means that we are actually not making progress. We have to have clarity that part of our responsibility as citizens is not only to build the school, but also to build a better country. And for me, that's the approach. That's the approach I have used. The Fortune 500 club, I've told you about the numbers. We have everybody from everywhere. And we go there and say, actually, if you post something political on Fortune 500 club chat room, normally I see them in Kamora. I say, the people tell you, whoever has posted, I say, God will kill you. Because I said, this chat room is for doing a business. We are all on many other chat rooms. If we want to deal with politics, we go and discuss them on the other side. Not here, because this one has a different purpose. And I think that's how we can manage. So I want to give assurance, James, that the silent voices, they are okay. But they should not disrupt us also. Yeah, because we need to be focused, and we are going to be focused. We have Medad here. You are our patron, actually. So you are not going anywhere. Yeah, so actually we should have kept you on this seat. So you are not going anywhere. Because we are going to work together, we'll be there with Ham. We can build and make sure that as an association, we are living on the front lines. When they talk of old boys associations, Mbara High School Old Boys Association should be one of those that is mentioned at the top. Once again, I want to thank you so much. Thank you. Thank our colleagues who are online, who are participating online. Thank each one of you who have really spared time and spent your resources to come and be here. And thank you, Ham, and your team for hosting us. We are very grateful. Once again, thank you very much for God and my country.
Oh, yes. A good standing ovation. Finally, we shall have a group photograph. For those of us who have witnessed this live, those on ground, let's have a group photograph. And in the interest of very good pictures, there is some light this side. We can change and either, yes. For purposes of the machines are connected here, then these people first capture this as we turn this side. We stand this side here. You change because there is light there. Yes. Thank you, OBs, those who have made it the ground. We've recorded this here. Just here. Yes, we face this side. Good. A photo moment.